Okay, let's do this. So, if you're someone who's wanting to make a comic book and you don't know where to begin and you're really struggling, I think this might be for you. So, first of all, the idea. This is probably the hardest part, and if you're struggling to get an idea and don't know what to do, you just want to keep it simple, and you don't want to you do not want to jump into something big to begin with. Before you do anything, you want it to look like this. This is how it should look. It should look ugly and simple and like childish. So you you just want to like come up with a really simple and basic premise, like really simple, like I don't know, uh, um, a, a tire that needs changing, or cutting vegetables. Obviously, something has to happen. It can't just be someone chopping vegetables, but like something has to happen. Like you're cooking and something catches fire. Do you know what I mean? Like or let's say what was it? The tire changing. You're changing the tire, and I don't know, the wheel goes down the hill. Like something has to happen. Like, but it's I'm just saying, keep it very simple, so you get an understanding of what you're doing in terms of like um, so you get a grasp of what to do. So that's the point I'm trying to make. That I drew this, and it's called Time Traveler. And this was the hardest process for me personally, like thinking of like what would happen, because the idea I had was, oh, let's what happened if a time traveler never actually traveled in time, and what do you know what I mean? And then I just drew out, like after that I just drew out like, oh, how would it start? It would start off with someone saying 3, 2, 1, someone pushing a button. I know it doesn't look like that, and then there's a chair and nothing's there, and it carries on. But look how ugly it looks. This is how your project should look to begin with, and it shouldn't be something that's over the top. You want it to look like this, because this is like the hardest part. You don't want to overcomplicate things. That's what I'm trying to say, is keep it simple, and the simpler it is, the more you'll understand it better. So keep it simple. I think it was in The Office, like Michael has this thing where he says, "Kiss, keep it simple, stupid." And I think for most things in life, that's like a really good thing to keep in mind. Like if you're in animation school, or learning like 3D animation or whatever it is you're doing, they always tell you to keep it simple, but in your head, like I remember when they told me, like, yeah, you want to start off with simple shapes and stuff, but you're trying to I don't know, in your head you want to, like, you have a lot of ambition, and it's hard to hold that ambition back when you're actually got a lot to like give, but you initially want to keep it simple because it helps to achieve the greater purpose that you might have. So just keep it simple, or anything that you just want simple shapes. So after I drew this out anyway, is part 2, which is like the character design, and there's not a lot. It's just this is it. There's nothing special. It's just 3 characters, and there's nothing to them. You really just want to, like, you know, I didn't want to draw the eyes. No one's got eyes, just so you know. There are no eyes in this thing that I've made. Even this character, I didn't want to. I just had to keep it simple. Look, he's got eyes. He's got specs, and this one I end up covering the hair on the eyes. And this is like, you know, let me just sort of sketch something out. Even in this part, you want to keep it simple. So, and then part 3, you want to sort of plan out the sketch. So the thing you started off with, which was this book over here, you have to end up putting that book out onto this part, onto, you know, something a bit more bigger and better, and you know, even on this piece of paper you can make mistakes if you want to, because this is the stage where everything sort of is planned into panels. Even though I've planned everything in panels here in the book itself, you sort of like move things around, add things, remove them, like before, like, you know, actually like putting ink on paper. Or almost look at it like you're sort of the designer for like comic books for a newspaper. They always, every week they'd have like one panel, and you know, this didn't take long. It took about an hour to sketch out. It still looks ugly, and you know, the uglier the better. It all looks like a mismatch. So this part, it helps. So the book, look at the book as like the blueprint, and you want to make notes on it, and you want to do as much as you can. You know, you can add, remove, and even on this stage you can add, remove, move things around. So the way I did this was I drew it all out in a page, because that's what I wanted, and that's how I paced the whole thing. And then I put the same thing onto the piece of paper. This is the book itself is A5, and the paper is A3. So after this process of sketching everything out, I inked it. And this process itself, the inking part, is it's the easiest, but it's the most time consuming. Apart from the ideas part, the inking part, I mean, I've just used a ballpoint pen. That's my style, and if you look at it, this is how it sort of turns out. So what you want to do is you want to practice like simple things to begin with, and if you're someone who's a storyteller and you've got a lot to tell, then just stick to like the simple style, because as long as the story's good, I think people will want to read what you've got. If you're someone who's really into like detail and stuff, this is good for you as well, because this is sort of like a place for you to begin and then jump off. So I've done 3, I'm going to do 3 different videos. So this is like the starter one. I'm going to do another one for like mid, and then I'm going to do something a little bit more advanced. But my inspiration is all like Japanese stuff that I like. I know you can't really tell from this, but that's the reason why I like animation, is because of manga and anime and stuff. But yeah, so this takes a while, but the thing about me is the reason why it takes a while, because a ballpoint pen is much slower than a fine liner or like the manga type pens. Also, I like hand drawing compared to Photoshop as well, but that's my preference. If you're someone that if you're doing using Photoshop, then you want to get this piece of paper and scan it in, and then draw on top of that in Photoshop, which would be a quicker process. But I've done this just because I prefer hand drawn to Photoshop. Even though I've used a Wacom and I've got one, I do like it, but I just prefer this, even though it takes longer. So yeah, that's my this is like my sort of finished product, and that's how it looks. It's nothing special, but it helps me understand how to draw panels and how to structure things. You know, there's a few little effects in it, and there's silly dialogue, but I really enjoy doing this, and I hope it helps someone. So anyway, I'll leave it for now, and if I come up with idea number 2, I'll put it online, and maybe it can help someone. Go out there and do your sketching, guys. Take care.